Yes, people, you know what it is. It's never a foul. If you ain't been there before, you're going to know today, because today I am also joined by Mr. Dan Potts from the 12th Man's Football Podcast, which his link is going to be in the description below when I update it, when I stop rushing around. I'm the reason why I'm late. And then also Mr. Alex repping Chelsea. This should be a very, very good conversation. I doubt it's going to be anything shameless unless I decide to flip the switch. Other than that, news of today, Caicedo bid rejected 70 million. Chelsea not learned anything from Arsenal in January, potentially, when they tried to bid 70 million, didn't get him. Different time though, January, summer. Also Hojlund, first bid incoming. Anana about to land at 7 p.m. today. Rumors of, maybe even, I hate to say it, Glazers might stay. And if that happens, I'm going to smash my computer. Danny Olmo might be linking up with his Spanish counterpart in Manchester City, and I think he currently plays for RB Leipzig. And more than just that, Joshua Kimmich is for sale. Goretzka is being linked with Man United, but also West Ham. This stinks. Today is very smelly. And Kane has turned down PSG. Tottenham got battered by West Ham today in a preseason friendly. Because that's what we're doing these days, Dan, by the way. We're watching rivals and now watching preseason friendlies to see how things are going. And I just saw Tottenham's new goalkeeper get packed in.
It's hilarious, man. Well, it's always good when Tottenham lose. Don't matter if it's pre-season. I was speaking to Tobes and Lawless earlier. Tobes was going, it's only pre-season. I couldn't give a damn. You know deep down inside he's hurting. Do you know what I mean?
He's definitely hurting. And then, but yeah. Anyways, guys, smash the like button. Of course, you know what to do. Get the likes up early. I want at least 300 today. It'll be very good. There's 200 of you already in the building. Love to see it. I'm gonna have to talk about this part first, though. I haven't mentioned it. I'm gonna start with you, Alex. Wesley Fofana is now injured again, potentially for the whole season. And we can sit here and I could laugh saying, the Harry Maguire links could be very much true. But apart from all that kind of stuff, that's bad. He's so young, like he's 22 years of age. He had the whole world in front of him, and there's fears of another ACL tear. Didn't he do one already?
No.
Before? Or was it his
He had the broken leg. He never had ACL. By the way, I heard that there's a potential injuries. I didn't hear that there's a ACL involved or
ACL, MCL. It don't matter which one it is.
Well, no. It doesn't matter which one it is. He never had any kind. The problem is, I don't know the injury. As a medic, I will if I would knew exactly what injury he has. ACL is today. That's the potential injury now. People saying.
Yeah, because the first fears were that there were ruptures around the knee. That's what the first injury was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And around the knee is obviously your ACL. And if you're out for a whole season now, and they say or several months, it's got to be an ACL, right? And then obviously the latest rumor that it really is the ACL. This guy can't catch a break at this moment of time.
Yeah, Twitter is saying CFC PYS says Fofana's ruptured his ACL will require surgery. Okay. I don't know if that's a reliable source.
Yeah. He's a retweet. He's the Pies. He's a retweeter.
Pies, okay.
But I'll call him Pie. I don't know.
It don't look good, man. That sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I mean, that's
top defender as well, top player as well.
That's sad news for Liverpool fans because it was sad for Liverpool fans in the first place because they thought that they're getting Colwell. Now that's established. Colwell ain't going nowhere.
You're going nowhere now.
Yeah. Agreed. By the way, you can dream about Maguire to Chelsea, but
hey, we want the hashtag trending.
I tell you what. I know he's bad, but I don't think he's bad like Man United saying he's bad.
Low block, he's good. High block. High.
Yeah, that's the thing. Back. But anyway, I still don't think he's coming to Chelsea. Chelsea does not buy in players that over 25, 26, especially as a center back. So you can hold that. First of all, I don't think he's going anywhere. He's staying at United.
Alex, I'm sorry, but Sky Sports and paper took all.
Oh, Sky Sports, yeah.
Slow Sports.
We'll
No, you know what? Let me get it right. Slow Sports News. I'm just saying, Alex, man, when are you gonna get another, 30 million centre back potentially?
Watch us going into the Guardiola conversation.
Who?
Guardiola.
Watch us going into the Guardiola conversations.
Why would you get into a Guardiola situation? You got 2 left-footed centre backs.
Have a Fofana problem.
Well, but he's left-footed. You got 2 left-footed centre backs. I don't think you're gonna go for a third. And that's go. And
is that the discrimination against the left-footed players, man? Are you a left-footed racist?
Alex, you know this. The Maguire links are there. Bridge to the bridge.
Yeah, I see you, Gunnar King over there in the comments. Like,
What are you saying, Potts, man? Does this mean Chelsea are gonna have to go into the market for another centre back? But they're still saying. I saw just before I come on, obviously on here, they were saying regardless, Chalobah, it doesn't affect Chalobah's move away from Chelsea wherever he's gonna land. So they must have to look at another centre back at some point in the window, right?
Yeah, man. What they got: Colwell, Badiashile, and Thiago Silva as the ones that definitely.
Badiashile is also out for a while.
They definitely need one. Then I don't know who it's going to be. Gvardiol's going to City. That's going to get done. I don't know where Chelsea go from there. Maybe they have to call some of the centre backs back that they've got rid of, man. People like Mark Guehi.
100 for Saliba.
Listen, you leave him alone, man. He's staying put. He's happy. He's signed a new deal. You've actually let some half decent centre backs go in time, man, and now you're like looking to try and grab some back. Like Mark Guehi would have been a good player to keep, in my opinion. No, you don't rate him.
I rate him. I just don't think. Well, is he allowed another left footer?
Who's that? Mark Guehi? No, he's right.
He's right footer, but he plays on the left side. I see.
Yeah.
I rate him, but I don't think
he's better than what you've got, though, man. There's like you're gonna struggle if you get like Thiago Silva finally gets an injury at 39 or whatever he is now. You're gonna be like. Literally down to bare bones.
We still have only 1 week game, 1 a week.
Yeah, true. They do only have 1 a week.
That's true, but
Cucurella might be able to fill in that sometimes.
It's still light though, isn't it?
It's kind of. I understand. Like it's potential. It's a light. I'm saying like I hate these things when people saying like, go get somebody. Well, he's better than what you have. Like that doesn't. This comment specifically, he's better than what we have. It's such a kind of pointless sentence. Like it doesn't mean like, okay, if he's better than what we have, it doesn't mean that we need to go for him, because why we need him if we need somebody higher level than that. Like,
have you not been impressed by Mark Guehi though? If you compare him to Colwell and Badiashile, Mark Guehi, you think he's miles below them? I would say no.
No. It depends on the stage that you're looking for. If I'm looking what I want to reach out of our center backs, if we're going through the rebuild process, why would I go to the rebuild with patches? Like, why do I patches? Why do I patch the? If I'm going through the rebuild, do the proper rebuild. Don't go for this like mediocre.
Okay,
signings.
so give us a name then, Alex. No, if not Guehi.
Tomorrow.
I don't think Chalobah is that much difference between Guehi at this point.
I agree. With that
no. To sustain the pressure for 1 game a week. For 1 game a week.
I agree. Need one then, so you don't need a defender, is what you're saying.
I would say like, hold on a second. Let us reassess. Let's see who's there on the market. If somebody is available, yeah. I don't need us to rush into the market, especially with 1 game a week. Like, remember, like this things that you buy and adjust to patch. I don't think that position is that critical to fix right this second to ruin your other situation.
I have to disagree though, because it's true. Thiago Silva is going to be prone to getting injured, especially at his age, right? No matter how conditioned he is,
we've been saying that for 3 seasons.
He's out till like Christmas, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of that statement.
Again, I'm pretty sure he's out till like November, October, like Christmas times. I'm pretty sure I saw that, right? And then let's say you are left with 1. You're not really going to be able to establish a style. Don't you think, Potts? Like, how can you establish any sort of style if you've only got your 1 centre back, right?
Listen, I think Chelsea are in trouble. And I'll tell you why. They have no players. They need to go and buy about 11 players in a window. It's mad. Who's their midfield? Enzo and Conor Gallagher, the only two I can think they've still got. That means they ain't going to go and buy
We got
Caicedo when it's
Santos. We got what's his name? We got Chukwuemeka. We got plenty of the midfielders.
Chukwuemeka and Andre Santos. Do you honestly think that is going to be good enough to get Chelsea into the Champions League this season?
Oh, look, it says it here as well. By the way, Fabrizio Romano just tweeted out Chelsea will explore the centre-back markets in the next days / weeks after Wesley Fofana's injury, only acting if they find the right option. They will look after it after improving the bid after Moises Caicedo. No changes on Chelsea's stance about Levi Colwill not for sale.
How many players do you think you need, Alex? Like, real talk.
With centre back, well, if like to get us to the top 4 or this season, or like,
yeah, I mean, you're not going to go and compete for the title, in my opinion, but you might do. It's up to you.
To get us top 5, because Champions League is top 5. To get us a top 5, I need a midfielder. What we're going for. I would like to see. I don't actually think that we need I want to see how a striker because market is so bad with the strikers right now. I'm not necessarily thinking to go in the market, but if one available, I'll take Vlahovic. That's 2. Maybe another 10/winger. That's 3. And that will pretty much be it. Well, if center back, that will be another 4 players with center.
Right, let's talk about costs in that now, because we've spoke about this for ages. Moises Caicedo's 70 million bid, the second bid got rejected, right? And they're saying they're 30 million short. I know how much you would pay for him, Alex. You're saying just pay out the money.
I say I rated him over anybody that was sold or been bought, so I'll pay 120 right now if I could.
Your club is saying along the lines, if it is to be true, of course, that they're going to go in for another bid. The third bid is going to be incoming. I can't see the jump from 70 million to 100 million. No. And also there was the term exploring other options in there as well. What we saying? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Caicedo might be available, Potts, right? For someone like Arsenal, as I've been saying, if Thomas Partey is to go. I'm just saying. If they look, hear me out, yeah. I'm gonna say this for people that haven't listened to this, and then call me an idiot if you want me to call me an idiot. Partey might go for around 40 million pounds, right? They sold Balogun, and they're not gonna get another striker. It's not till about January if they do look into that market. He might go also for around 40 million, 80 million. You've got about 50 million left on your budget as well. The 250 million that's been quoted all summer. I'm just saying, it's very plausible. And we were talking about getting Caicedo in January and then Rice in summer anyways. It could be the dream situation. And Chelsea, you might just be getting robbed.
Listen, you say don't call me an idiot if you want. That's exactly what I would like to see happen. Lavia and Caicedo are being linked with moves away, right? So they're 2 positions that Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea are looking at. And I think all those names have been linked with those 3 clubs. If we have the money, I think Caicedo picks Arsenal. I do.
Of course it is.
Because they're Champions League, they're London club, blah, blah, blah. If Caicedo is going for money, he won't come to Arsenal because Chelsea will afford to pay him more wages a week. And if he doesn't really want Champions League football, then he'll come to Chelsea, in my opinion. So it depends if he wants money.
Man?
Huh?
Why are you lying to the people? You pay more wages than we are. That's why you have Kai Havertz. How much you pay for Kai Havertz?
Yeah, no, we pay silly wages too, but Chelsea will. For me, anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Arsenal will pay him more than Chelsea. But the way I see it, with Enzo Fernandez coming and players like that, I can see you going in for Caicedo desperately as opposed to Arsenal. Because we have actually got a midfield. Chelsea, you say you've got Santos and Chukwuemeka. Maybe you don't need Caicedo if you've got those man. But for me, I think you desperately need him. So
desperately, yeah.
Yeah, man, desperate. Like desperation. Caicedo and Lavia. Chelsea need both of them, man, in my opinion.
No, why do I need Lavia if I have Santos? Like, why? Why do I need to pay 50 mil for the player that I already have at Chelsea?
You like, mate, I listen. I don't know this Santos dude. Maybe he is the next Rivaldo or Vieira or Pirlo. I don't know, but I just think Lavia and Caicedo have done it in the Premier League and would lift your midfield. But if you don't want
what I
Lavia,
said.
that's
for
fine.
me, Caicedo is the best midfielder. I want him. I would have paid 120 for him. The funny part is when you mention him and Arsenal, for some reason you drop in the price there, Kaz. For Arsenal is gonna go cheaper than what Chelsea offering. That's what you mean?
No, I think they can.
Hold on a second. They said they want 100 million for him from Chelsea.
For you.
Yeah. From us. So you think saying that if he was going to link to Arsenal, they will drop the price just for Arsenal?
Oh, I can't lie. I'm hearing Champions League clause still.
I don't care.
Yeah, you have to care now.
No. That's not what it is. It's the problem was never the valuation of the player. The problem is the breakup of the fee.
Yeah, no, I hear it. The structure is going to have to be a little bit different, right?
Not even the bonus. The structure of the payment.
I think if Arsenal want him, they're going to have to pay what Chelsea would have to pay as well.
Exactly.
I don't think Brighton are gonna let him go cheaper to Arsenal, but I do feel like Chelsea are the ones in the race at the moment because of the Declan Rice deal. I don't know what money we have left. We've paid so much money already. And it's frustrated me and some other gooners that we've gone for Kai Havertz at 65. I'd rather have had Caicedo and Rice and allowed Smith Rowe to do the role of Kai Havertz personally. But we haven't gone that route. We've gone with Kai Havertz now. If the money is there and Partey's going for 40-odd, Balogun's going for 40-odd, we've got the 80-odd, then that would be a fantastic option for me to come back in for Caicedo. But we have to do that quick because Chelsea aren't mucking around, man. They've gone in for 70. They're going to go back in.
They've been in discussions for like 6 weeks. I'm just thinking this is just getting a little bit... It's taking long.
It has taken a while, I must say.
The way Chelsea typically move, they usually pay up and do their thing. Even under Roman,
I just don't think there's anybody else in the conversation. I just don't think anybody in the conversation that's why Chelsea can afford to drag their feet.
No, obviously we're just talking if buts and maybes. I think Arsenal go in for them. That's why, because Arteta said we still haven't finished, meaning they're gonna go in for another guy. They wouldn't be chasing a DM for no reason, like Lavia or whoever it might be.
We're gonna get one more, I believe, but I don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know who it's gonna be either, but I just don't know how much Chelsea are willing to, I don't know what their limit is. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, is it 80 million? Is it 90 million? Will they actually pay up the money in the end? Because Brighton don't need the money if we're being totally honest with each other. But they need to fulfill this man's promises. Otherwise, he's going to be unsettled at the club and there's going to be another massive bogey. I don't know. And they probably get a put a release clause in his contract again, a proper one. I just don't know. I feel like maybe you got up to, about 85 million potentially. Let me do the super chat quickly. DJ says, Potts, last season you said we had too many players and now you're saying we have none. Wait until the window is over and Badiashile is back at the start of the season.
Who's he talking about? Arsenal or Chelsea?
Okay. I think he's talking about. I think he's
talking about facts. That is true. I said Chelsea have too many players, and now they have none. That is true, though. That's just a fact.
Yeah, that is a
fact. It is. This is where I don't like the a column like a flavor of the people say like. Not flavor of the month, flavor of the how they looking at the Chelsea as it is before the transfer window open. Any stream you go, What was the biggest problem with Chelsea? They have too many players. There's not a chance they can get rid of all the dead wood. So everybody was saying this. Chelsea is not they're gonna have to play some of those players. All of a sudden, we got to get rid of that wood that we're saying. We are skinny dipping right now. We are. My question is transfer window is open. So you see, this is why I'm calling flavor, because it was the flavor of the month to talk about Chelsea, that we can't get rid of all the players. That's impossible. All of a sudden, we've done that. Now, another flavor got to be okay. Now we're too skinny for you. You see what I'm saying? Like now you don't even have a meat on your bones to even come to the conversation.
But to be fair though, Alex, I've not said Chelsea aren't going to sign anyone. I'm expecting you to go mad. You just said you need 3 players or 4 players. Double that, man. If you want to go for what you're going for, double that. Trust me, you need strength in depth, man. I know you've got one game a week, but that one game a week still can get injuries. Doesn't mean you don't get injuries because you play 38 games. Like for me, I don't see a striker at the club that I think's any good. I don't look at the wingers and think, wow, Chelsea are flying. That's 10 goals each. I don't look at any attacking midfielders. Your midfield is gutted other than Enzo. Nkunku, yeah, that's fair play, Kaz.
Sterling
Nkunku, I
can
like
play
him.
10.
Sterling, yeah, okay.
No,
we need to see more from him.
Thank you for the. Thank you.
More from him.
Thank you.
But listen, if you think you need 3 players, that's fine. You support Chelsea. I couldn't give a damn personally. But if you think you need 3 players, I say you're short. If you don't think you are and you trust Santos at 18 to go kill it, I hope he does, man. But I'd be wanting to get Caicedo and more. But I don't support Chelsea. I don't watch these players like you do, man. So if that's what you're saying, they're good enough, then
I agree. You got about 6 weeks. You got about 6 weeks to the end of the window, and you need to probably negotiate whatever this is been like Caicedo. And I think you need about 4 players as it currently stands. You need a centre back now. You need a DM. You need a centre mid to cover. And I think you need I think you just need a right winger, and I think you'll be all right. I think Shirky can get done easy.
Centre forward, man, definitely.
The centre back gap should be able to be done easy. This Caicedo one is probably the longest part of anything. You'll probably be fine, but I think it'll go down to the wire for Chelsea. And you probably can afford that, as you were saying, 1 game a week, right? You don't have to look towards Champions League.
Exactly. Chelsea has Badiashile. Apparently, you were wrong about the Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know where's that rumor come from. He's back in training. He's going to be in the thing. Plus, Cucurella can play as a center back. That's number 2. So center backs, we're okay. Nobody said about the Santos to be starter. Santos is actually going to be a backup to Enzo if we get him, because I'm 100% sure we're going to get Enzo. It's just like Yao for the Mount.
Enzo?
Not Enzo. Caicedo.
Oh, Caicedo, okay.
Caicedo, sorry.
Yeah.
But I think Caicedo will go through. So we will have 2 starters and 2 backups to them. Because don't forget, what's his name? There's a plenty of youngsters that Chelsea can buy at that time by the end of the transfer, including the kid Chersky that can come in and stuff like that. So as a center forward, we already have a Jackson. So that's another one. We already have a striker. We don't know how good he is, how good he become, but we can reassess that situation by the end of transfer window. It's gonna go into the one. If we get Caicedo now, I will breathe easily because we can actually start the season. You see what I'm saying? That's the biggest problem for me. We need to get us into the start. So the minute we get Caicedo, we can reassess in the preseason how good the Jackson is, or if Nkunku can play forward too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think you know what it was for me. I know you're getting all rid of the deadwood. Just to wrap up, not too much on Chelsea. Like you're gonna go for 4-2-3-1. That's the latest thing. Yeah, you're looking to play with a 10 as suspected. We both even remember that debate show that we was doing, like how we're gonna see Chelsea set up, rigid formation, bit pragmatic. You'll be all right. But the fact is, you want to get players in for the preseason. That's all it is, rather than having them trying to adapt throughout the league. Because at the end of the day, you are Chelsea Football Club, and you are going to look to get back into the Champions League, and it's looking like a top 5. It's just that how slow of a start can it be? And I just don't think Chelsea can kind of afford
how slow did Enzo got in Chelsea when we got him in January?
Enzo will be wicked and pivotal as long as he's got a DM. But if he has to do that cover job for DM, it's like you're just wasting.
And how much time do you think Caicedo is going to need to adapt to Chelsea playing?
I don't know yet. I don't know, because I'm just thinking about style of play. Poch getting his message over to the players. And when I say I don't think Chelsea can kind of afford a slow start, especially when you've got Liverpool start the season, which is fine, to be fair. If you can go get a point there, you're fine. I just don't look at Chelsea and think 6th place is okay. I don't look at them thinking 7th place is okay. Obviously not. Even though trophies at Chelsea Football Club, that standard is a low. And all you want to do is see a good style of football that's going to win. You just want to win. And that's what I just think. It's just, I don't know who you got at the start of the season. I just feel like getting in these transfers, which is just it's a fair criticism, as Potts was saying, it's just getting the players in that's just been a little bit too slow. But that comes with the territory, right? When you pay money up front and then Todd Bowley changes everything around and try to do things differently, which I rate, by the way. 70 million, they're going to ask for 100. Where's the middle ground? It's probably about 85, right? It makes sense. It's a good tactic. But if it's not done by next week, I think it's a huge L, because it's just going to be a second signing. Anyways, forget about that. Another signing. Man United and Nana is going to happen on. It's going to arrive by Wednesday, 7 p.m. That's fine. Don't really need to talk about it no more. They're saying 43 million, 45, 46 million package for the guy. So if people don't know that, you can go check it up. You can talk about how wicked Nana is, or how dead he is, or anything along those lines. You've heard it so many times as well. Another name that you've heard so many times, Hojlund. And this is where I'm going to link it to you, Dan, as well, in a sense, because I was talking about it yesterday. Hojlund, they're saying, is about 65 million euros they're asking for, roughly. Earlier on in the season, you saw, earlier on in the transfer window, they were talking about 85 million pounds, 80 million pounds, and now all of a sudden it's dropped the price. So the way I'm going to say I want to link it to Arsenal, Man United are prepared to make their first bid for him. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a lowball offer, without a doubt. But then I'm going to link it to Balogun, because when I see, a guy that scored more goals in probably a similar league, probably not as great as a Serie A, scored over 20, I think he had 21, 22 goals overall with a few assists, 40 million. But when I said it's probably worth it today, 40, 50 million, at first I figured 50 million, are they out? That's outrageous. Oh, the price is the price. And do you think that's a fair price?
I think the market's crazy, and I think there's a lack of number 9s. That's what I honestly believe. I don't see any number 9s at the moment that look value for money. I can't believe Man United haven't done all they can to go and try and get Harry Kane. It looks like he clearly wants to work. Clearly, you can't afford him, but then you're putting in silly money for Hojlund now. I don't know, silly money. Maybe it's not silly money. Maybe it's not. He scored 8 goals in Serie A. It's a lot. It's a lot of money for me, but some might say that it's not. I don't know. It depends how you look at it. I think it's a hell of a lot of money, but Manchester United are absolutely desperate for a centre forward. If it was me, I don't know how much Juventus want, but I heard 70-something million for Vlahovic. I'd rather go get him than Hojlund.
No,
listen, Kaz, you say that, but is that because of his form at Juventus though? Because he was killing it at Fiorentina.
Because we talk about systems in today's day and age, right? We talk about system, who's going to fit the system. If you go get Vlahovic for the sake of his name is Vlahovic, and because he scored a bunch of goals at Fiorentina, then you're just doing what Ed Woodward was doing and go and get the name because he's the next best thing on the list, right?
So would you rather have Hojlund?
Yeah, I'd rather have Hojlund because I believe that, I can't say I'm a major expert in watching Hojlund. I've only seen him in a couple games for Atalanta, and then obviously compilations throughout the rest, And I ain't seen his bad bits yet, but I've seen Vlahovic. Vlahovic needs space to run into. His touch is like Lukaku's, right, for me. And I just don't think he's the guy that's when he's got his back to goal is the best either. I think when Vlahovic has got his body turned and space to run into and he can take on a man, I think that's when he kind of thrives. And I'm going to liken him to someone like Nunes. Anyone that says he's slow, he's not slow. And he's very good in the air as well. But the way Hojlund's link-up play is, he's young. You're buying his potential. And I just feel like Hojlund suits the way Man United might want to be. And you can only go after potential. 8 goals is not good enough. 17 goals, even though he scored like 15 odd or whatever in the other league before he went to Atalanta and everything, right? Is a different name. I just look at, Man United aerial abilities. This guy's 6'3". He's a dog as well when he wants to get into the area. It's what we lack. And again, simple link-up play. I don't look at Vlahovic and think he's the answer for Man United because we got too many players that give away the ball in the front three anyways, including Bruno Fernandes. Make that front four.
I think for me, Kane and Osimhen are the two everybody would want if you could pick, right? Neither of them look like they're going to be leaving, right? And then, oh really? I like Osimhen. Then you go to the next bracket down. For me, in terms of availability, some people are saying in the chat names like Koulibaly, Vlahovic, Ramos. They're the guys. I think Hojlund is the one next bracket below that for me. Now, it could be that he kills it because he's young and he could go and absolutely fly. That could happen quite easily because it's a risk you take, right? But it could work out to be a risk. But I've looked at what Vlahovic can do. I look at his all-round play. I look at his attributes. And I think it would suit Man United, Kaz. I can't lie. But that's just me.
I think it suits someone like Chelsea because Chelsea have creators. They got Nkunku who doesn't get tackled. They got Enzo don't get tackled. He does. Obviously, they get tackled, but you meant like press resistant. You could say Sterling to agree. Keeps the ball very well until he loses it, of course, because he's a winger. That's just naturally going to happen. And I think I think Madueke is very underrated. Like left foot, right foot.
You have Mount.
No.
Look at that.
Exactly. Thank you, Alex. Exactly. So the way I look at Man United, Rashford, he's not a creator for someone like Vlahovic, right?
That's cheeky, Alex. That's
Rashford's
cheeky.
not going to create. He's not a creator. Like he can get the odd assist. Don't get me wrong. He's a goal scorer. Anthony, we get to see what Anthony's capable of. You know, he whips a lot of balls into the box, but no one's there. And maybe Vlahovic would suit someone like that. Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes, they're gonna both lose the ball consistently because they're that sort of player that, you know, high risk, you know, high reward type situation. Man United need a player out there like Martial, you could say, but Martial's finished, but the ball's gonna stick. Unfortunately for Vlahovic, the ball doesn't stick to him. He's like he's wearing Timberlands on, and he just boots right off. He's got work boots. If anyone works on site and there's ever kicked a ball with work boots, you'd understand.
You see,
that's just my.
This is where I like. Chelsea needs the striker. Needs striker so bad, but we have Jackson.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Jackson and Hojlund?
Not much.
Good question.
But you see, forcing Chelsea must get striker. We
must get a striker too. No, man.
But what I'm saying, like, do you see how difference is? Like, we already have a striker. That approximately you looking for that summer striker, and your market striker will be done. But we already have that striker, but we still need it. Do you see how different you're pushing? That our team is not ready, but you're going for the same striker. Your team is going to be ready.
It's a good
point,
I
hear it. No. My team. I didn't say my team's going to be ready. Even if they get Hojlund, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? In a forward position,
it's not good enough. The thing is with Man United, the type of striker we need to have is different from Chelsea. You got a bunch of people that can keep the ball and create. There's a good reason why Man City have all suppliers just for Haaland, Grealish, and all this kind of stuff. Your striker, I'm talking about, you might get a striker because you can actually afford one and you can go get the one that's probably for you.
If you're paying 80 for that kid, I think you can afford two.
Nah, I don't think so. I can't lie. You're right. You got me into a corner here. You're kind of right.
Yeah, I'm good like that. You see, when you're saying Chelsea need 4 or 5 players, you mentioned Chelsea must get striker to get into the top 5 conversation. But we already have a striker that potentially probably even more suitable than we already have. Maybe. And we only paid for him 20 or 30 mil.
I think the difference is we finished 3rd and you finished 12th. So that's probably my reason in thinking your midfield isn't as established.
Okay. When did the Newcastle finish before we get in top 4?
And that was an anomaly in the.
When did the Chelsea when did the Chelsea finish when we finished the league in 8th?
Yeah, no, we can go off with that, but I just feel like
if we're not learn from the history, we're going to with them to do the same mistakes.
I hear you, but what I'm trying to know is you don't have an established midfield that know how to play with each other. As rigid as Man United, they know how to play with one another. Caicedo and Bruno from this season. You're going to have a brand new midfield.
Pause, by the way. They know how to play with each other. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But I'm just saying, like, Man United's got a Bruno Fernandes that can get them 20 goals in a season. And they got a Marcus Rashford that's going to get them 26 goals in a season. I'm going to allude back to Dan's point. Sterling, the last time he got 15 plus goals, back at City, right? You know, and I think he dropped off when he didn't have a number 9. Madueke, he's not going to get you loads of goals. In Nkunku, we don't know. That's again another anomaly that might work out, might not work out. You know, a Jackson, don't get me wrong, he might work out, he might not work out.
Same as the Hojlund. It might work out, might not.
The whole point of saying why Chelsea might need to get a striker, by the way, this is me being press resistant, is that Vlahovic gets goals. And this is where you got a lot of creators where Man United don't have a lot of creators, right? That's the way I look at it. Someone that you can probably say he might work out, might not work out, like Hojlund. But Vlahovic, the way you are set up with your certain type of players, I think you can go grab it. I think you can grab
my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. If it was me, I wouldn't get Vlahovic. I won't get nobody. I will go with the half a season the way we got. Both Broja as a striker, Jackson as a striker, potentially Nkunku as a striker. That's 3 because he used to play sometimes as a striker. I'm saying you can be covered. Just saying. Until the January and get Tony. This is my ideal situation because I rate Tony over any other.
Of course.
So if it was me, but since you pushing Vlahovic on me, sure, I'll give him Lukaku. If that's the only way I'll get Vlahovic, it's fine. Get him Lukaku.
Yeah. maybe.
Yeah, but I just don't want to hear from people saying that Chelsea must get a striker when you go for the same striker we already have.
I never said you needed a striker, by the way. I said you need. I think you need. No.
5 seconds ago. Rewind.
I didn't say you need one. I said you could do with one, but I didn't say that when we were talking about Chelsea and what they need. I said I think you need a centre back, a DM, and a centre mid. I think that's crucial now that you need that, and I think you need a backup right winger. I didn't say striker.
I see what you're saying on the right winger.
It's lacking,
and I don't see it because Sterling can play on the right wing.
And Nkunku can play there. I hear it.
Madueke.
You got rid of Pulisic and Ziyech now, and I think I know you got Mudryk, Sterling, and then you've got Madueke, and then it's like who can go over there and just fit in that spot for the time being, right?
Here's another situation. If you play and cook, if we get in striker like second one, the good one that we already have, the level that you're going for, we already have one. If we get Vlahovic, Jackson can play after left because he plays after left at Villarreal sometimes.
Yeah, that's at Villarreal. I just look at Jackson thinking he's your only, and Broja as your only two strikers, which is fine. I like Broja. I've been saying.
I love Broja. I love Broja.
And I think Sterling's better off the right wing than left.
Exactly. With the center forward established 9, he's better off the right than he's off the left.
Of course. But yeah, man. But back to the other stuff as well. Big up Akashi says Chelsea links with Maguire. Let's make it happen.
All I can say is people say no to drugs.
Yeah. But I'm gonna link it back to the prices. The whole point of this whole conversation is saying, look how saturated the striker market really is. Balogun, is he worth 40-50 million? It's the same way we could say, well, Jackson, they got him for quite cheap. It's a young striker, not as hyped. But someone that is hyped like Hojlund, you're going to be paying around 55 million in a package, regardless. So this market is a bit horrible, and it's a seller's market. It's not a buyer market. That's for sure. The last kind of topic I wanted to kind of revolve around, not the last one, but one of them, Kimmich, up for sale.
That's mad, actually.
What's the rumor then? I didn't see this.
So we can actually let's talk about Bayern and then who's linked with him anyway. So Kimmich, they're saying it come from, I think it is CF Bayern himself, and he's obviously, I can't remember what's his name. What's his full name again? And Jan Arga Fjortoft. Him. They're saying that Thomas Tuchel has put Kimmich and Goretzka up for sale. They're saying Goretzka's price is around 30 million. Some people say he's overrated. He's not that good. I think he's a good player. And then Kimmich is also up for sale, but only if they receive a big fee. So Christian Falk said it, and Jan Arga Fjortoft has also said it. So there must be some truth to this, since they are Bundesliga representatives of journalism, right? What are you saying? If there's a DM that's going to be up for available, is that maybe another alternative for anyone?
I don't want Goretzka.
No, I'm saying Kimmich though.
Oh, Kimmich, yeah. Yes.
I think everybody would want Kimmich, man. I think Man City are going to go in for him.
I don't think he suits Man City.
I don't know, under Pep, man. He knows how to get him playing.
No. He suits Man City. I just don't think they need Kimmich. Sorry. Okay. That's completely wrong for me.
They're getting rid of Walker though.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect for them.
Oh, yeah, but then you look at towards the wider style of players, Dan, and they're looking at big centre backs that can play right back, centre back. That's why they link with Pavard.
Yeah, but I think Pavard, I heard that link as well. But Kimmich, like right back, going into the inverted role, dropping into midfield, playing as a DM. I think he's versatile as hell. I think Pep would love him. But maybe you're right. Maybe they prefer Pavard, but he's a quality player. I can't believe he's up for sale, man. I don't know how much he's going to be either.
I think
how much is he going to cost?
I think he can actually, the way Pep molded him when he was there, I don't think he can actually drop quality in any place he will be put in. He will put him in. He will put him in a center back, and I promise you, he will be quality instead of Walker. I don't know where's the height situation. The only what's his name? The difference between him and Walker. And only reason he uses Walker sometimes, especially at the last, is because of his recovery pace. I don't see the heights. I don't see the Walker used for the height ever.
Yeah, it's true. I think Walker's a sick plan B, and if he is to go, then Pep's got a plan, and he'd have to trust it.
I think he will walk Kimmich. So Kimmich will walk in if this is the scenario, especially if the Walker linked to the Bundesliga.
Do you reckon Kimmich could, it's Sam Lee is their from the Athletic. Sam Lee, he said that Man City won't be going to get Kimmich anyways, right? So I'm gonna rule them out regardless. And I thought they could still fill in that number 8 position.
To make you feel better that you have a chance?
No. No, the Athletic said it, so I'm just gonna go off what they say, right? And then I'm thinking, if Lavia is to either go to Arsenal or Liverpool, right, and Liverpool are getting rid of Fabinho and Henderson, I think there's a spot right there, and a similar player in Bajcetic, so that would kind of make sense for me, But then they got kind of a similar player in McAllister that plays a little bit further up, and I don't know if that's the greatest combination. When I think you need a bit of legs around Kimmich as well. That's what they got, like Goretzka, Thomas Muller, etc., etc. But it'd be wicked to see Chelsea, the alternative, right? I'm going to link it to Chelsea now. Chelsea, Caicedo, legs. Kimmich has got legs. He's very defensive. So even though he's short, he's very tenacious. Caicedo also short, not that much taller than him. Not the greatest in the air either. Imagine him next to Enzo. It'll be kind of similar, Enzo, McAllister, Liverpool kind of situation in Kunku. That's a wicked midfield right there. And you're not getting the ball either. I'm telling you now for a fact, you will not see the ball 80% possession, Pochettino. I don't know if he reminds me of a Pochettino type player when he's already got an Enzo. But now I look at someone like Arsenal, right? And I see a Jorginho in there, the way you want to play forward passing. The alternative to Lavia could make sense. A big bid, 70, 80 million. It can be done, right? But we're just saying about Caicedo. Why can we not say about that? They're trying to get Harry Kane. They're trying to afford this guy. They want to pay that 100 million that Levy wants, right?
Listen, if Party's going...
If you're talking about 100 million pound players, there's a 100 million pound player right there. Even though he's 29, let's reduce that by about 20 million. Let's say 80 million.
Yeah.
Imagine this midfield. Kimmich, Rice in the pivot, however you want to see it, and then also Ødegaard. That's fake. Dreams.
It is, bro. It is. That would be a phenomenal midfield. I think if Partey goes, we're going to get...
I'll be right back. 1 second.
No worries, bro. If Partey goes, I think we are going in for another big midfielder. We're not going to replace Thomas Partey with someone that no one's heard of or a kid that no one believes is ready. It's got to be an upgrade on last season, which means that our midfield has got to be somebody like Kimmich. It's got to be a Caicedo. It's got to be a Tchouaméni. It's got to be a De Jong. It's got to be somebody like that. We can't be having Xhaka, Partey, Ødegaard, and then go with Rice, Havertz, and Ødegaard. That's not, for me, an upgrade on last season. So we need to go and get another man in. So for me, Kai Havertz should be used as a rotation option. When you say that, everyone goes, but we paid 65 million. I don't care. He's a rotation option for me. It's how good you are. It's not how much you spend on players. It's how your system works. So for me, I don't think that'll work. Arteta might see differently. He might see Havertz playing in that 8. I don't really get that one. I would much rather Rice plays there, and then you have the holding midfielder. And if that holding midfielder has to be somebody like we were mentioning, then so be it, man. That's the way I see it. I still think there's a lot of work to do with our midfield, man. I can't even lie.
And I see opposite. You're selling, he's leaving no matter what. He has to go to the country that doesn't have extradition. And number 2, you're going to sign somebody youngster because you already have the maturity level of the midfield.
Yeah, 100%. I just look at him and I think of Frankie de Jong a little bit. And Frankie de Jong is definitely better going forward. And I think defensively, Kimmich is definitely more sound, of course, than a Frankie. But they both can do the dictating play. And I don't... Man United are not going to get him. But I could see Erik ten Hag's brain twitching at the thought of potentially getting him. And I don't think it will happen. I think there's only 1-2 clubs that can go get him right now. I think it's Arsenal or Liverpool. I see the Barcelona links, but Barcelona also want Bernardo Silva. They're going to have to fork up 70, 80 million. Where's that coming from? Get that link off already.
Liverpool, if Liverpool get Kimmich, that's the cover for Trent.
I forgot all about that. Oh my word, I forgot all about
that. That's what if Liverpool gets that will
that puts them back in the mix. 100. That puts them back in the mix.
That's probably one of the best midfields that I can in combination levels that I can think of right now, other than Man City. That's fake. Again, we want to talk about fake. That's fake. Again, why I say Man United is ruled out next to Casemiro, it sounds like a dream. Him, Bruno, Casemiro is balanced or balanced enough. Disgusting.
Casemiro, Mount, and Kimmich. Damn.
This guy's getting on my nerves. This guy's getting on my nerves today. Oh my word, you are awful, Alex. I can't stand you, man. Yeah, that's parallel dialogue with colon one. Yeah, whatever. That's stuff that I heard about 3 weeks ago. But yeah, man, guys, look, quick one, just a little bit of a shameless plug. It's not even a shameless plug. You know, right here, there's a live chat. Can you see that, Dan? That's nice and clear, isn't it? It's nice and clear. There's a, please tell me I'll pay it. There's an X. Look right there. I've liked the video. Have you liked the video? This video can go up to 300 likes. Have you not even subscribed to Dan Potts? By the way, Dan Potts is not an Arsenal channel. It's exactly like this in a different format, of course. He does all football and there's all sorts of personality. Your favorites, Toby, Dan Lawless, myself, Daps, you know, Sava. There's all sorts of personalities on there. So make sure it's in the description as well as it's in the pin. Go subscribe to Dan Potts. He does shows every single day at different times. And you'll see us obviously integrating with each other like we are now. But big up everyone that is in there. 733 people. But yeah, Kimmich, where do you, Dan, just obviously the final part on Kimmich, where do you see him ending up then? Like, realistically, if he's up for sale and they desperately need to go, he wants to leave anyways, rumors are. They want Harry Kane. They want to get that done quickly before, let's say, hypothetically, Man United make up some money. You know, never know where it might be the case. You know, getting rid of Elanga for like 25, Henderson 25. They're saying Alex Tellers around 15 million. And then obviously the rumors next part is Scott McTominay or Fred to also leave, one or the other, or maybe both. That could fund for someone like Kane towards the end of the window. So I can see why the CEO came out and said they want Kane and they're in dialogue. What were we saying?
This Liverpool thing has really got to me, man. I think that could be an unbelievable signing, you know.
And German link up with Klopp.
Yeah,
that's
Klopp.
That's like,
this could be an unbelievable signing. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go Liverpool. I think that'd be an unbelievable signing for Liverpool. Unbelievable. That puts them right back in it for me. I feel like there's two positions at Liverpool right now that are badly needed. One is a centre half and one's a holding midfielder. Obviously, looking at Fabinho and Van Dijk not being able to do what they were doing so well the last few years. Those two positions get sorted, they 100% have a chance of challenging. I believe that. I do. They've been there. They've done it before. They've got the manager who's done it before. And I've said this on a few streams now. Everything out and around the sides of Liverpool looks great. In the middle, it still needs work. And I think with Szoboszlai, with Alexis McAllister, add Kimmich to that. Wow. Yeah, man, that could be mad.
For people saying that, have you seen Ornstein's tweet? Yes, I've seen Ornstein's tweet. It's exactly what I saw about an hour ago. So it's nothing new. But I appreciate people that are, you know, informing me. And the last part I want to talk about. Did anyone see the Tottenham score against West Ham?
Yeah, man, I watched it. I watched the majority.
Yeah, you watched it because I watched it.
I didn't watch the game. I woke up when Skriniar scored. Highlight when Skriniar scored.
Hey, Tottenham still can't defend. It's hilarious.
Oh my word! That
that high line though, the high line is like it was mad the way high line.
I cannot wait to play against that at Tottenham Hotspur. If that's the way they want to set up against us in the second game of the season, please. I look,
Mount Space will penetrate that defense.
Hey, Vicario was awful.
Yeah, he had a stinker. But you know what? West Ham, right? West Ham made about, I think they started about 5 of their kids. They were 2-0 up in 20 minutes. I was like, well, what's going on here? This was mad. Yeah. But listen, Spurs like want to go a different route, but they actually do have to buy some defenders if they want to make it work because they cannot defend, man.
It's they need it. I think today will show Levy that they need a bunch of defenders because Sanchez is no good. But the thing is, I'll credit Spurs though. I'm not going to just laugh at them because they lost. It's just pre-season, right? And this is about developing a system. It's not about winning. If you was a young kid before, it's not about if you lose the game when you're like 10, 9 years old. It's about how can you develop a system to have the mentality to go forward and thrive in different positions. That's what academy football is all about. Anyways, but other than that, what I was seeing was good stuff though. I liked what I saw from Tottenham. I liked the overloads they were causing. I think Basuma is going to be very pivotal. And I had even tweeted about, I said, Spurs are playing some good football. They came from 2-0 down to go 2-2, and it's the way they scored the goals. That Udogie, right? It's a wicked little player, that, I think. I just think
played well when he come on. Destiny Udogie, I thought he was really good, man.
Yeah. But by the way, even though I'm bantering a little bit, don't get me wrong, I'm going to receive banter if Arsenal beat Man United in pre-season. So Chelsea, if they go back to someone as well, like, I don't know, let's say where you going, America?
Chelsea I'm in America.
Yeah, no, Chelsea. Yeah, so Chelsea are got in the USA as well, I think, and they're going to be playing Arsenal as well, maybe. or not? Am I wrong?
Yes, we're playing Arsenal in Florida. We're in Miami, in Florida somewhere. We're playing Newcastle in Atlanta. We're playing some kids in North Carolina, and somebody else in Dortmund.
Oh yeah. That's wicked. You know that one day
we're playing 2 kids team and 2 adult teams.
Yeah, so it's going to be banter, man. You know the circle's coming back around. The context stuff is going to go out the window. The shameless stuff comes right back in the door, and it's going to start with preseason, whether we like it or not. Because guess what? We miss football. We miss the banter. We miss all of that stuff. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap up there quite early. 700 of you. Who is live right now that I can send this stream to as well? I'm going to have a little check because, it's all about supporting even other people, even when they don't ask. No one's live. They're lost.
Why you finish early? You upset with Mount comments? I wouldn't do it again.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? There's no point riding out a stream when there's nothing else to really talk about. We could talk about Harry Kane rejecting PSG.
No. I want to ask the Arsenal question since you said that he's the sensible Arsenal person. Because I thought you're going to be the most sensible person on here, Igal.
I've got a treat for you guys. Stay right here. Stay right here. Ask Dan. I'm going to upload it right now.
So, for example, do you think you can win the league next season based on how the market goes and stuff like that as of right now?
If the transfer window ends now, no, I don't think we're going to win the league.
Okay. You see, you are then sensible because I think you weakened your midfield by like all the credit to, because I still think Partey is one of the best holding midfielders, especially in the last season. And for some reason, people forget that, especially in the Arsenal fan base, because City did not started well last season because of one specific situation. Rodri was not up to the task, and that's when Partey was the biggest influence in the league, because Arsenal started well last season. That's why Stones moved to help Rodri, and Rodri slightly became better later. The problem is people think that when you lose Xhaka and you get, not even trolling about Havertz, but you get Rice, this is not an upgrade, by the way. Xhaka was sublime last season too. If you lose Partey and you do not get even, who are you going to get better to actually fulfill? Because if Rice is not up, not same level as Partey was last season specifically, who is the midfielder that can you sign that actually can make that beginning of the season last season? Because I think that's main reason why Arsenal was that good. Because if you're
talking sense, man, you're talking sense. For me, I share those concerns. I think if Thomas Partey leaves, we are much weaker than we were last season. And Xhaka's not my biggest. I'm not his biggest fan, but he was phenomenal.
But last season, man,
right?
He was phenomenal.
Thomas Partey for 34 games of the season in the league was outstanding, and then dropped off at the end. And now all of a sudden it's okay to sell them both because we've got Declan Rice. For me, it's you're going to get rid of 2 midfielders. It needs to be Jorginho and El Neni, and you keep Xhaka and Partey for me if you want to strengthen. It looks like we're going the other way. So who are we going to get? Maybe we're going to get Caicedo. Maybe we're going to get Lavia. Maybe we're going to get someone we don't even know yet. But we need somebody if Partey's going, man. Otherwise, we're weaker.
Exactly. I don't think even if you get Caicedo, it's going to be, you have to find that level between 2 of them that Xhaka had and what's the name? I think the only way there, I see the rumors with hold on a second, with the Real Madrid player. I see you getting Tchouaméni. I see you can get Tchouaméni on loan because he Real does that. Real can get, and you have a good relationship with Real as an Arsenal club. Especially on
Does he want to go though?
That could be. Yeah, I think it could be possible because Carlo Ancelotti is not his favorite. That's the only way I can see you doing levels what you had last season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be weaker for me. But
we'll see, man. We'll see what the window suggests.
Hey, you are sensible.
What if this I've got to watch anyway, Kaz? What have you sent me saying? What's going on?
No. I just do it. I just send it so I can delete it so I can save it quick. But yeah, hey guys, I'm going to run this clip and we're going to end it after.
Hey, Gal, let me ask you a quick question. How far behind Arsenal and Manchester United?
How far behind are Manchester United? Manchester United
from Arsenal, not City, just from Arsenal.
Bro, understand that if you're talking about Arsenal, you're talking about City also.
I knew you were going to say it.
That's why I asked the question.
1 second, we're on the same level. That's the honest truth. Understand that you guys, Chelsea, Tottenham.
Chai. One team just won the treble.